I love you, yes I do. Something about the boy I do, yes I do, yes I do.
Hi guys, I'm Kristen and welcome to Studio Knit. Our little mini lace heart pattern here is perfect for Valentine's Day, but also all year round as well. And this pattern, we have a border here in garter stitch. It helps our work lay flat, and our little mini hearts. It is a repeat of 16 rows, which I am going to share in this video stitch by stitch. So the first 16 are here, and then if you'd like to continue onward, you just keep on knitting. So in the red yarn, that is a wool yarn. I also wanted to show you this other little swatch that I knitted up for a dishcloth. This is in cotton worsted weighted yarn, and it's so pretty and light. It's another great variation. Additionally, I have a larger lace heart pattern. The video is linked down in the description below, so you might want to check that one out as well if you're really into lace. And please do me a favor, hit like if you would like to see more videos like this here on Studio Knit. So this is our repeat of 16 rows that I'm going to share stitch by stitch with you in the video. Of course, the written pattern is totally linked below because you are going to need that. Every single row is completely different, so make sure you go and check that out. And for our materials, use yarn in any weight you choose. Mine here is bulky and I'm using size 11 knitting needles, but you can use any weight or size that you'd like. Also, of course, scissors and a tapestry needle. And we begin with our beloved slip knot, and we are casting on in multiples of 8. So here I'm casting on 8. I'm going to choose to do another multiple of 8. So here is 8 stitches again. You can cast on however many multiples of 8 you would like. I'm just doing 2. And then after that, it's plus 6. So that means 6 more stitches after you do all your multiples of 8. So let's get started. Now the first 2 rows, as I mentioned, are garter stitch. It helps our work lay flat. So for the first 2 rows, simply do the knit stitch all the way down the row. Okay, so here we are with our pattern. Every single row that has the lace pattern is going to start with knit 3. So I'm knitting 3 right here, and then we have the little asterisks, and that means that we're repeating that pattern in between. So we begin with a yarn over, so we bring our yarn over to the front, and we're going to do a slip, slip, knit. And so what we're doing by slip, slip, knit, we are actually then taking our yarn and we are totally out of frame right now. Okay, we're gonna do this one more time, so just bear with me here. And then we put our needle into the back. Now our yarn over, we come around and we're going to knit that through. If you need to see that a little bit better, hang tight. We're going to do this one more time. And let's finish up this first multiple of 8 right here. You'll see in the pattern that after the SSK, it's knitting 6 stitches. So all we're doing is just quickly knitting a basic 6 stitches. Now, because of the asterisks, that means that if you have another multiple of 8, that you repeat that exact same pattern in between those little stars right there. So let's do this again one more time in frame a little bit better. Okay, so we are repeating, we are doing the yarn over. The yarn is in the front, and then we are going to slip, slip, knit. And I just bring my left needle right there into the front. We take that yarn over and come around and knit it through. The yarn over is an increase and the slip slip knit is a decrease. Okay, so then we just did those next 6 stitches. We finished up with knit 3, and here on the next row, it's an even row. Now I'm just going to show this on this one even row because every single even row is the same. It's the 2 knit stitches, And then we're going all the way down our needle, purling. So however many stitches you have, just keep on purling until you reach those final 2 stitches and bring your yarn to the back because we are knitting those 2 stitches. Again, every single even row is going to be this exact same pattern. And here is how it's looking because of those yarn overs. We have these cute little lacy holes started right here. Okay, we are ready for row 3. So we have our knit 3 already. Every row starts out that way. And we're knitting 1, and then it's a yarn over. And here we go with that slip, slip, knit. So slip, slip, and then bring your left needle into the front, take that yarn over there, and knit it through. Okay, let's get back into focus, and let's see how the pattern's looking. Okay, so next is knitting 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3, and now here comes a new decrease for us. This is knit 2 together. So instead of knitting 1 stitch, we are going to knit these 2 stitches together right here, and this is going to decrease because we have another yarn over to finish off this multiple of 8, and we just bring our yarn to the front and repeat that pattern until you get to the end, and then you just knit those last 3 stitches. Again, on your even row, you are going to do the knitting and the purling, and here is how it is shaping up. Really cute little lacy holes, and we are on row 5. So after those 3 stitches of knit, it is knitting 2. Now it's our increase stitch of yarn over to the front. It's our decrease stitch of slip, slip, knit. So let's slip and knit. And again, we're bringing our left needle into the front, taking that yarn over, knitting it through right there. Awesome. And now we are going to bring our yarn and knit 1, knit 2 together again. So right here is knit 2. And as you can see, every row is totally different. So you definitely need to get that written pattern. And I always like to tick off each row as I'm done so that I remember where I'm at. And then we finish up here with a yarn over, and then we bring that yarn around to knit 1. Continue down, knit 3 at the very end, and make sure on row 6 you do your knits and your purls, and here is how it's shaping up. And this is our last row for those first little cute hearts. And we are going to begin, after we do those 3 knit stitches, we yarn over, and then we get to knit 3 together. So we take all 3 stitches, and there's something really satisfying about knit 3 together, don't you think? It's like, wow, you can decrease 3 whole stitches in one fell swoop. I love it. And then we are going to take our yarn, and it's another yarn over, and from there it's knitting 3 individual stitches. Of course, that's different than knitting 3 together. This is just knitting 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to take that yarn and we're going to bring it again to the front for a yarn over, and finishing up with slip. Keep that yarn where it's supposed to be, slip, and then knit. Alrighty, so just continue on with that pattern all the way down the row, and make sure to do your even row of row 8, and here is our first row of little hearts. Okay, row 9, are you still with me? So we are doing knitting 4, very basic, And all of the stitches that we're doing here are the same. It's just in a different pattern, because the hearts, of course, are going to be in between each other. So they are arranged a little bit differently. So after the knit 4, it's a yarn over. We just are doing our slip, slip, knit right here. And then we finish up this row with knit 2. And then we repeat our multiple of 8 in between the asterisks until we get to our last 3 stitches, and then it is knit 3. And here's how it's looking. There's the little holes for the bottom of the second row of hearts right there. And we are on row 11. So we are doing just a simple knit 2, and now it's knitting 2 together, which is a decrease. So we take those 2 stitches and we knit them together. Okay, now we're going to do a yarn over, bringing our yarn to the front, and we are going to take a knit 1 and a yarn over, and then a slip, slip knit. So if you weren't familiar with slip, slip knit, hopefully we've done it so many times here that you're like, oh, okay, I got this. You may need to refer to the video. Hopefully you'll find a spot where it is in focus. And after your slip, slip knit, we are going to finish up with 1 little knit stitch. And there we go, all the way down the row. Repeat this pattern until you get to those last 3 stitches. After you've done your knits and your purls, here is how we're looking. Our little hearts are shaping up right in between there, our alternating hearts. And after those 3 stitches here on row 13, it's just knitting 1, and then it's knitting 2 together. And we're going to take our yarn and we're going to do a yarn over. Yarn over is an increase stitch. So let's go ahead and take it to the front. And then it's a simple knit 3 stitches. That yarn over comes around, knit 3 stitches, 1, 2, and 3. And now we take our yarn for another yarn over. And we finish up this little series with a slip and a knit, which is written as SSK in our pattern here. And just repeat this pattern until you get to the end of the row, and the last 3 stitches are knits. And here is how it's shaping up after we do our knits and purls rows. Okay, guess what? We are at the very last lacy row. Yay! So we do 2 knit stitches. And then we're going to do an increase of a yarn over. After that, it is an SSK, a decrease. And this is really great practice for learning what are increases, what are decreases, getting practice doing the stitches, and really getting a better understanding of how they all work together to create these pretty little lacy holes. We're going to do another yarn over, and then we have that satisfying knit 3 together right here. There we go, knit 3 together, take it around, we're decreasing 3 whole stitches into 1, and we finish it up with a yarn over. We're going to bring our yarn to the front, and we're going to knit 1 stitch, and then just carry this on all the way down the row until your last 3 stitches. And of course, row 16 is an even row, so make sure to do your knits and purls, and here is how it looks. Yay! I hope you are inspired to knit up this mini lace heart pattern. It is so cute and so fun, and thank you so much for watching Studio Knit. I have some awesome Valentine Day inspired projects. I have them linked here. Please do make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Give me a thumbs up, leave some comments below, and thank you so much for watching, guys.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Bye.